Part 243. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 2421. But now Fang Fan has already made a plan, and naturally it is impossible to choose to retreat because of Zhou Qiuyeo's decision. Perhaps in Zhou Qiuyeo's view, the risk factor is very high, but for you Fang Fan, everything is under control. So what about the sky-level students in the 6-star sanctuary realm? It's like there is no 6-star sanctuary combat power anymore. Brother Zhuoqiu, don't worry, since I have made a choice, I naturally have my own confidence. If you don't even have this confidence, you won't go up and clamor. Brother Zhuoqiu, it's better to help Bai Biao maintain the order of the gambling table, just wait for the star core to be collected. Fang Fan smiled calmly, and while talking, his eyes subconsciously glanced into the distance, and all kinds of thoughts gathered in his heart. Zhuoqiu secretly sighed, feeling quite helpless. If Fang Fan didn't choose to leave, he couldn't just drag Fang Fan away. Now I can only hope for a miracle. Call. A miracle, maybe there will be. Gudong. Zhou Qiuyeo's eyeballs followed suit, thinking this way in his heart, his thoughts gradually churned. Okay, I'll ask again now. Student Fang Fan, did you engage in this competition voluntarily? Did you suffer physical or mental oppression from others? If it weren't for the resources, this competition can still be suspended now. Once the competition starts, I can only ask for blessings. Kui Qing, the head of the logistics department of Tiandao Society, frantically hinted at Fang Fan, implying that he had better think clearly. It's just that now that Fang Fan has fulfilled his wish and received an appearance fee of 4 billion star cores, naturally he won't waste time here anymore. I am voluntary. Everything is my own behavior. Everything I do in the fighting arena is reasonable and compliant. Whether I was beaten to death in the martial arts arena or someone was killed, I can be exempted from punishment by the school. Everything is done according to the rules of the school. Fang Fan shrugged, and then directly stated the relevant regulations. Hey, it's a pity that a good seedling. What an excellent junior, just a little lack of heart. Kui Qing, head of the logistics department of Tiandao Society, thought this in her heart, and then sighed secretly. Okay. The parties are all voluntary, so this competition can begin. According to the suggestions of Tiandao Society and Guangming Academy, it's best to stop at the end, and don't deliberately hurt people. Of course, if there are any casualties in the martial arts arena, they will not be punished by the school. It all depends on how you make your own choices. Now I declare, the competition begins. Kui Qing, head of the logistics department of Tiandao Society, closed her eyes and immediately gave the final order. After she finished speaking, she jumped off the fighting platform directly, and handed over the fighting platform to Fang Fan and the Earth-level Sky-level students from the 4 schools. I have no grievances with you in the past, and I have no enmity in the present, and you are also obeying orders. I want to ask, is it really going to kill me today? Fang Fan took 2 steps forward, looking at the people in front of him, his eyes were extremely clear. He is carrying out the final redemption for them. After all, they are all from the same school, and they are still seniors in name. He had just entered the school, and Fang Fan really wanted to keep a low profile. But the strength does not allow Fang Fan to be so low-key. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 2422. After all, these people also obeyed the orders of that Zhuoqiu Taxu. Speaking of which, Fang Fan and them have no grievances in the past and no grievances in the present. If they could still uphold the minimum conscience and bottom line, Fang Fan would not just stick to it. Now the key lies in their own choice. There is a saying that is very clear, you can never save a person who wants to die. Fang Fan. Are you scared now? Regret it? It's too late. Even 4 billion low-grade star cores were given to you just now. Do you think there is any way out? Don't worry, I won't let you die immediately. I will slowly smash the bones in your body with my fist, and then slowly torture you to death. Oh, I almost forgot, it won't be fun if you declare defeat at that time, and you still have to cut your tongue off beforehand. Right, that is it. Tisk tisk tisk, it's getting more and more interesting. While talking, Zhou Feng, a ground-level student of Guangming Academy, had more and more crazy expressions on his face. After Zhou Feng finished speaking, the other two prefecture-level students, Zokius Y and Sun Kaiwei, laughed wildly one after another. As for that sky-level student Zhou Kaiyun, the sinister look on his face became more and more serious. He felt that with his status, he should hang and beat all dissatisfied. Who dares to fight fiercely with him? They all have to die. He is a heavenly student. Stop talking nonsense. The sooner you start the battle, the sooner you can leave this world, and the sooner you end it, it's all for your own good. The corners of Zhou Kaiyun's mouth, a sky-level student of Guangming Academy, silently rose, his killing intent completely burst out. Good. Very good. Now it seems that I have already found out your thoughts and ideas. Since you want to choose this way, then let's fulfill you. It's a pity that my kindness feeds the dog. In the end, there was no redemption. Fang Fan stretched, with an indifferent expression on his face. At this moment, there was a lot of discussion in the audience, and all the audience fell into a kind of excitement. They all felt that they were about to witness the outbreak of a miracle moment. The excitement in their hearts at this moment gradually gathered, and then became extremely real. The emotional explosion made the eyes on their faces extremely excited. Especially those who have made heavy bets, are fully focusing on this battle at this moment. It is very difficult to see such a large-scale competition in academies. Will there be any casualties in this fight? How could it be like this? Concubine Xiang heard about the Tiandao club, and immediately followed. At this moment, she happened to see Fang Fan on the fighting stage. She didn't know why, but subconsciously felt a sense of tension. Casualties are certain, this fight must be fatal. Sister Xiangfei, do you also like this kind of competition? Next time, if there is a competition at Tiandao Club, I invite you to join us. Bai Piao chuckled, revealing his dog-licking attitude. People will die. How is this possible? Why don't you guys pull on Junior Fang Fan? How dangerous he is. He went up alone. I see, Junior Fang Fan must have wanted to save you, so he had no choice but to agree to their invitation to fight. Student Fang Fan is such a person, his essence is to take the lead in righteousness. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2423. Xiangfei murmured to herself, and the nervousness on her face became more and more intense as she spoke. Bai Piao listened carefully from the side. The more he listened, the more he felt that there was something wrong. Why does this sound like something is wrong with me? Why does it seem that Fang Fan is a man of justice, while he, Bai Piao, is the one to be protected? Sister Xiangfei, you must have misunderstood. Fang Fan asked to join the war at that time. By the way, look, we even opened a gamble. As long as Fang Fan wins, we will pay. Why don't I give 10% of Fang Fan's share to senior sister Xiangfei? This is a lot of star cores. Bai Piao has obviously evolved into a dog licker. While talking, his head subconsciously moves up and down, and his expression is extremely excited. When he speaks, He puts his hands together in front of him, showing his excitement completely. You still open the gamble. How can you look like this? This is a steamed bun made of human blood. You even eat human blood steamed buns. Do you still have any humanity? Oh my God, I'm really convinced. How can you be like this? Speaking of which, you have such a good relationship with Junior Fang Fan, why haven't you learned any of his good qualities? You can't bring Fang Fan down. Concubine Xiang stared at Bai Biao and said with a very solemn expression. Bai Biao? Who did I provoke? Is this the so-called licking the dog until nothing is left? I just want to curry favor with you, how about this treatment now? Bai Biao said that he was really wronged. The melon seeds in this head are buzzing, it's too difficult. How inhumane. Why does Fang Fan have a halo of justice? I am Bai Biao and become the kind that everyone shouts and beats me. Bai Biao supported his forehead, thinking in his heart, he felt more and more that the world is not worth it. At the same time, he realized a key problem. Senior Xiangfei cares too much about Fang Fan. What the hell, is this caused by Fang Fan's damn invisible charm again? Bai Biao opened his mouth, he was speechless at the moment, he really didn't know what to say now, he just wanted to make a good accusation. This is too difficult. Now the melon seeds in this head are buzzing. Sure enough, if you follow Fang Fan, an evildoer, you don't want to get ahead, anyway, he has done everything you need to get ahead. The battle has begun. Junior Fang Fan, come on. Come on. So nervous. Concubine Xiang clenched her small fists, and while speaking, the expression on her face became more and more firm. Start fighting. With the sound of this voice, the battle on the fighting platform broke out completely. Zhou Kaiyun, Zhou Feng, Zhou Qiusui, and Sun Kaiwei surrounded Fang Fan directly. Attack from 4 directions simultaneously. Brothers, don't make any moves, just let me do it alone. That's it? I can kill you with one fist. While talking, Zhou Feng, a ground-level student of Guangming Academy, became more and more confident on his face, and then rubbed his hands together, as if he was about to rush over. Zhou Feng, this is your fault. Now His Highness Shenzi is watching from below. Whoever kills Fang Fan will be firmly remembered by His Highness Shenzi. Such a good performance is almost impossible to swallow. Appropriate, let's have some soup. Sun Kaiwei, a prefecture-level student of Guangming Academy, rubbed his hands with an excited expression on his face. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2424. From their own point of view, they don't think there will be any accidents. They feel that all the scenes have been fully controlled, and there is absolutely no possibility of any changes in this battle. Stop talking nonsense. Go directly. Don't give him a chance to speak. If he said to admit defeat, if we continue to study, we will violate the school's regulations. Go. One-hit kills. Zhou Kaiyu, a day-level student of Guangming Academy, gave a cold shout, then waved his hand, and rushed towards him with the other 3. The first to rush over was Zhou Feng, a prefecture-level student in the first stage of the 5-star sanctuary realm. He came up with a set of killer moves. Obviously he didn't intend to keep his hands. This wave just wanted to kill Fang Fan directly. If Fang Fan was just an ordinary peak quasi-sage cultivator, he would have been beheaded by this move long ago. Not even a 4-star sanctuary can resist this killer move at all. This is obviously to put Fang Fan to death. Looking at it from a comprehensive perspective, I don't see any plan to keep it. Zhou Feng, a prefecture-level student in the first stage of the 5-star sanctuary realm, gradually showed a fierce expression on his face. He felt that this skill must belong to him. He rushed over faster and faster. It's just that Fang Fan's reaction speed was faster. Before Zhou Feng could react, he had already deflected his body and avoided this wave of killer moves. And Zhou Feng, a prefecture-level student in the first stage of the 5-star sanctuary, couldn't stop the car for a while because of too much force, and his body continued to run. If he followed this trend and rushed down, he might have rushed straight down from the fighting platform. At the critical moment, he braked suddenly, because the brakes were too fast, and he fell to the ground on the spot. The dramatic effect of the scene was very strong, and it was quite interesting to watch it like this. Seeing the appearance of Zhou Feng, a prefecture-level student in the first stage of the 5-star sanctuary, there was a burst of laughter from the audience. "Isn't this a fool? I didn't hit anyone, and I fell to the ground first." Laughing, "Cao, this guy looks a little not very smart when he sees his head. Stupid lack of one." That's it? Prefectural level students. 5-star sanctuary. It's clearly a piece of trash. The mocking sounds continued, but the atmosphere in the auditorium gradually became more relaxed. Everyone comes to watch this kind of competition. On the one hand, they want to place bets and earn a little money, and on the other hand, they want to have fun. Now the comedic effect is really good. This guy is still as unruly as before. If only he chose to admit defeat now. "Brother Fang Fan, you must persevere," Xiangfei murmured to herself, and she couldn't help biting her lips tightly while speaking. Bai Biao on the side suddenly felt a little heartbroken seeing all this. Damn, how did he feel like he drank a jar of vinegar invisibly? Sour doesn't feel so good. This time, this feeling is still gradually continuing, and I feel more and more numb in my scalp. Brother Fang Fan's agility is still very good, and his ability to react and predict is very strong. But the fighting platform is that big, now he is surrounded by 4 people at the same time, it's a bit dangerous. It's always going to be head to head. Hey, Brother Fang Fan is too trusting. If we fight one by one, maybe there is a hope of winning. But now, it's a pity. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2425. Guisha raised his head and took a look, then began to analyze the fundamentals of the ground in an all-round way, full of regret. What do you know? Keep watching. I've never been nervous. Can you guys be a little bit more promising? Can you be a little calmer? What's the big deal? What makes you so nervous? Bai Biao stretched her waist, with a casual expression on her face. She was never nervous about this kind of thing. Going up is a meal. There are many discussions below, and the fighting in the arena is still going on. Zhou Feng, a prefecture-level student in the first stage of the 5-star sanctuary realm, felt ashamed after he fell and ate his shit. How can you bear to make a fool of yourself in front of many people? At this moment, the veins on the forehead are protruding, and the posture of gnashing teeth is vividly displayed, and I can't wait to rush over directly. Fang Fan. How dare you hide? How dare you? Asshole. Asshole. I'm going to kill you right away. Zhou Feng, a prefecture-level student in the first stage of the 5-star sanctuary realm, roared and rushed over first, and then the other 3 people also chased and intercepted from the other 3. Zhou Feng gathered all the strength in his body, and the power emerging from his fist became stronger and stronger, and his whole body suddenly followed suit. This time, his thoughts exploded completely, and all kinds of feelings are hard to express in words. Near. Near. You can't escape this time. Zhou Feng, a prefecture-level student at the first stage of the 5-star sanctuary, swallowed a mouthful of saliva, gathered strength all over his body, and then suddenly launched an all-out charge. His goal is Fang Fan. He just wanted to kill Fang Fan completely. Use this to wash away the humiliation just now? The ideal is beautiful, but the reality is cruel. This time Fang Fan did not choose to dodge, but instead grinned. Then he stretched out his fist. The two fists met in the air and collided with each other. Click. The sound of bone cracking sounded, Fang Fan stood still, and Zhou Feng's face had completely become hideous, and then he backed away crazily. Now that the hunter and the prey have switched positions, Fang Fan immediately launched an attack on Zhou Feng, a prefecture-level student of the 5-star initial stage of the sanctuary. No, do not want. Impossible. He pretends to be a pig and eats a tiger. I want. Zhou Feng, a prefecture-level student in the first stage of the 5-star sanctuary realm, trembled his lips. In fact, he wanted to admit defeat. The powerful force just now made him panic instantly. But before he could say those words, Fang Fan had already smashed his throat ball with his fist. That's the end of it all. No surprises. Zhou Feng, a prefecture-level student in the first stage of the 5-star sanctuary, stared wide-eyed, fell down straight, twitched a few times, and died immediately. There was a long silence. The eyes of the audience showed shock and horror. It always feels like something is not right. I just feel like my scalp is twitching. If it was Fang Fan who was crouching on the ground and convulsing to death at this moment, one would seem relatively normal to the audience, but at this moment, they always feel a little weird, which is beyond their established cognition. Now I feel my head buzzing, it's so real. I wanted to say something, but my throat felt blocked. Two fists, beat to death the existence of the first 5-star sanctuary realm. Is this Fang Fan's combat power? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2426. Are you sure this is a freshman? Rather than a celestial student in disguise? Why do I feel like I'm about to overturn? If King invested all my money in Fang Fan to lose my day. I also have this kind of ominous premonition, trembling, abnormal fear. Don't talk to me, I really don't want to talk now. What should I do? What should I do? I'm panicking. Do you want to be so exciting? Can we hold on for a little, just a little bit? The car overturned, completely overturned. No wonder this Fang Fan accepted the competition so confidently just now, and asked for 4 billion star cores as an appearance fee. At this level, it is completely enough. Maybe this is the boss. I can't understand more and more now. Can anyone help me analyze it? Am I going to die? I invested a whole 100 million to buy Fang Fan to lose. Hee, didn't you all say that the dish was a pig-killing dish before? Now it is worthy of the name. It is indeed a pig-killing dish. I vomited, I really vomited. I'm done. I don't know what to say. It's just a headache. It really hurts. It's disgusting. Let's go a little bit. You guys wanted to kill the dealer's pig, and now you're being stabbed and killed as a pig. No. No, why do I feel that all this is a conspiracy? Yes. It is a conspiracy. It must be like this, otherwise, how could it have evolved into what it is now? Could it be that the Earth-level students from these schools and the Heaven-level students and this Fang Fan joined together? And then set up this game specially, just to use this guise of disparity in combat power to fool you, and then someone sneaked in to open the market, and then you were hooked. Is it so vicious? Are we all being deceived? Can you use your idiot brains? Did someone plan to kill you? An Earth-level student has died on the fighting platform, have you seen it? It's really dead. There were endless discussions, and the scene seemed extremely sensational at one point. Brother Fang Fan, how strong is Brother Fang Fan? I'm not as good as Brother Fang Fan. Kisha took a deep breath, and while speaking, the shocked expression on his face became more and more. This time when he was speaking like this, his lips could not help but murmur, thoughts gathered in his heart, and the expression on his face gradually changed. Get weird. Thinking about it this time, I don't know what to say. He felt that he had already considered Fang Fan highly enough, but in the end he realized that he had underestimated Fang Fan too much. Is this what a supreme quasi-sage should do? I go. It made me worry for so long, killing a 5-star early-level sanctuary cultivator with one punch. This combat power should at least be about the same as mine. Zhuoqiu held his head high and held his chest high, wanting to pretend to follow suit. In fact, from his own point of view, he really didn't have the confidence to kill a 5-star early-level sanctuary cultivator so easily, even if he was a 5-star peak sanctuary. Zhuoqiu's gaze at Fang Fan has completely changed at this moment, and he can no longer express the shock in his heart with words. Maybe he will also give up the position of the first brother of Tiandao society this time. Zhou Qiuyao felt very deeply, one generation is stronger than the previous generation. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2427. At this time, Zhuoqiu suddenly remembered that Fang Fan had said before that he would strive to graduate in 4 years. I thought it was a joke before, it was too arrogant, but when I think about it, isn't this an expression of self-confidence? It's no wonder Master has to give him a high look and is willing to commit himself to him. It turns out, so he is so powerful. Master's vision is really good. Concubine Xiang murmured to herself, and the expression on her face changed slightly as she spoke. The master she was talking about was naturally Murong. I don't know why, but when she mentioned this, she always felt a strong sense of loss. It was as if she had lost something, which once made her feel the vicissitudes of life. No matter how good Fang Fan is, it has nothing to do with her. He is Master's man. Xiangfei shook her head, completely discarded all the messy ideas in her mind, and then continued to watch the competition seriously. Zhou Feng's corpse on the stage is placed there brightly, which will more or less give people a sense of shock in consciousness. Looking at it like this at the moment, it brings a lot of pressure to the surrounding people. Zokius Y and Sun Kaiwei had a 5-star initial sanctuary and a 5-star interrupted sanctuary, and their fighting power was not much different from that of the dead Zhou Feng. If Fang Fan could kill Zhou Feng with 2 punches, he would definitely be able to kill them. Before, he felt that this competition was completely a massacre, and there was absolutely no possibility of any accidents, but now it has changed, it has completely changed, and everything makes him feel strange, frightened, and at a loss. Now we should not deal with how to make decisions. Otherwise, withdraw. If you keep the green hills, you don't have to worry about no firewood. Zhuoqiu, a prefecture-level student at the first stage of the 5-star sanctuary, shrank his neck. He was really scared. Go up. What are you stopping for? Me. Kill Fang Fan. Zhou Feng is such a waste. What a shame. You are all Earth-level Sky-level students, what is there to be afraid of? Go up and do it. When this bastard is killed, I will reward you a lot. At that time, you can have whatever you want. If you delay the affairs of the Son of God, you will know what will happen to you. Roaring sounds poured out from the mouth of Zhuoqiu Taxiu, the godson of the first-class temple of the Light Alliance. He jumped out of this game. He just wanted to show his prestige, and he just wanted to teach Fang Fan a lesson. If he couldn't achieve what he wanted, he would be slapping himself in the face. At this time, can he let this happen? Isn't this bullshit? His Zhuoqiu treading snow face must not be lost. Zhuoqiu Sui, who was standing on the fighting platform at this moment, was suddenly embarrassed. Attack it, he is afraid of death. Don't attack, Zuokyo Taxio stared at him again. Right now, I'm being pissed off on both sides, and I'm in a dilemma. After this wave, I feel my head buzzing for no reason, and I don't know how to make a choice. All decisions are temporarily suspended because of this. Both Zokius Y and Sun Kaiwei subconsciously looked at Zokyo Yun, a day-level student of Guangming Academy standing in the middle. In any case, at this time, it depends on how the big brother will act. Zuokyo Yun is the only sky-level academy among the three of them, and his cultivation base is also the highest, reaching the 6-star initial stage sanctuary realm. To kill Fang Fan at this moment, it is obviously the most likely. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shuyu. Chapter 2428. Brother Meteor. Rely on you. We will help you. Zokius Y, a prefecture-level student of Guangming Academy, took a deep breath, and while talking, the nervous expression on his face became more tense, especially at this time. He seemed very nervous in all aspects. If you are not careful, you may be beaten to death. That Zhou Feng is already a lesson from the past, they don't want to be the second Zhou Feng. Snort. What's there to be afraid of? You two go up and restrain him, I will find a chance to kill him directly. Zokyo Yu, a day-level student of Guangming Academy, snorted coldly, and a wicked smile gradually appeared on the corner of his mouth. While speaking, Zokius Y and Sun Kaiwei were directly pushed up. At this moment, Zuokyo Sui and Sun Kaiwei looked at each other, completely panicked. This is so stupid, you are so much stronger than us, why do you let us go first? What do you think? Dare to back off, without His Highness the Son of God speaking, I will kill you first. As the sky-level students of Guangming Academy were talking, the voice of threat uttered directly. This directly blocked the road, and there was no opportunity for others to take advantage of it. The scene gradually became horrifying at this time, and everyone's eyes gathered here. It must be a lie to say that there is no feeling, but at this moment, we can only continue to hang on. Zuokyo Sui and Sun Kaiwei, two ground-level students, looked at each other, their teeth chattering. One of these two guys is in the 5-star early stage sanctuary realm, and the other is in the 5-star mid-stage sanctuary realm, but at this moment, they can't hold back. Let's go, you can still live if you go up, but you will definitely die if you don't go up. Why? Our lives are too bitter. Damn, they all use us as guns. The ones from the same family, don't treat me as a human being at all. Zuokyo Sui's lips trembled subconsciously, thinking of this in his heart at this moment, his complexion gradually became distorted, and the feeling of aggrieved in his heart became more and more intense, but at this moment, he could only bite the bullet and continue done. No break, no stand. Kill. The prefecture-level students Zokius Y and Sun Kaiwei roared at the same time and rushed towards Fang Fan's position. Fang Fan held the Zhantian sword in his hand, and immediately slashed and killed him. At this dangerous moment, Sun Kaiwei panicked completely, and immediately hid behind Zokius Y, using Zokius Y's body as a shield. That's what he thought at first. Fang Fan's sword has arrived. Clang. Fang Fan's sword collided with the sword of Zokius Y, a local student from Guangming Academy, and there was a clanging sound. Immediately, he felt a tingling sensation in his tiger's mouth and a tremor in his arm. Shorthand, the sword in his hand was directly pulled by a huge force fly out. Without the hindrance of weapons, Fang Fan's Sky Zhanjian can go forward indomitable. Don't want. No. It's not like this. I don't want to die, I really don't want to die. Don't kill me, don't kill me. I hate. I am. Sun Kaiwei. You bastard. Zuokyo Sui, a ground-level student of Guangming Academy, let out a roar. Of course, he could feel that Sun Kaiwei behind him was tightly pulling on his clothes. This guy has had this idea from the beginning. What the hell, it's completely using him as a shield. Zokius Y, a local student of Guangming Academy, wanted to continue venting his inner frustration, but he couldn't do it anymore. At this moment, Fang Fan's sword had already reached his forehead. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2429. Click. There was a sound of bone explosion, and Fang Fan's Tianzhan sword fell directly from midair, directly chopping the body of Zokius Y, a ground-level student of Guangming Academy, into two halves. From the head to the place where the essence gathers, all split in half. A powerful force spewed out, affecting Sun Kaiwei, who was standing behind Zuoki Usui. His hands were originally tightly grasping Zuoki Usui's clothes on the back. Because of this, Zhan Tianjian cut off several of his fingers by the way. Ah! It hurts. I do not want it. Sun Kaiwei, a ground-level student of Guangming Academy, suddenly had cold sweat on his forehead, and then hurriedly fled frantically. Faced with this situation, he still didn't want to die. This is a dead end. He still cherishes his little life very much. If it's cold, it's really completely cold. It's the kind of coldness on the top of the head. Sun Kaiwei shook his crippled hands and ran frantically towards the fighting platform. Now he can't care about other things, he just wants to live. Now he only has this little wish in his heart. The sense of panic and anxiety in his heart made him completely desperate. In any case, the fear at this moment is real, all real. At this moment, of the 4 people who invited Fang Fan to fight, 2 are dead, 1 is disabled, and there is a sky-level student, Zhou Kaiyu, who is still capable of fighting. It really has some strength. But that's about it. Hee, although I don't know how you suddenly possess these powers, but relying on the peak quasi-sage cultivation base to burst out with a combat power comparable to that of a 6-star early-stage sanctuary, I'm afraid you have paid a lot of money, right? At this moment, I'm afraid you are already in a state of exhaustion. Those trash can just consume your combat power. As for what's next, it's my turn to enter. I am waiting for work at leisure. You are exhausted. You are dead. Zhou Kaiyun, a day-level student of Guangming Academy, holds a saber, with a confident look on his face. It is indeed a good thing to have self-confidence, but sometimes too much self-confidence may be a bit of a slap in the face. Confidence is good in moderation, and if it exceeds a certain limit, then you have to live with it. The atmosphere of the audience has entered a peak state at this moment. Everyone's eyes are gathered here, and the expressions on their faces are extremely strange. What a show! The show is now in. This looks quite refreshing from the depths of the soul. This time the emotions gathered, and the smiles on their faces became more and more. I am dead. Very good. Very good. A sky-level student. The ones I want to kill are the sky-level students. Fang Fan gave a cold shout, and his combat power exploded completely. Now he is borrowing the combat power of the 6-star initial sanctuary level hell 3-headed dog. Now Fang Fan also has 6-star initial sanctuary combat power. Although this borrowed power may not be smooth to a certain extent, the combat power of the 6-star initial stage sanctuary is real. Fang Fan let out a mouthful of turbid air, his eyes shone with a different kind of brilliance, as if he could swallow everything in front of him. Court death. It's time to end it. Let you feel the strength of the sky-level students. The rebirth of the evildoer ends here. Zhou Kaiyun, a day-level student of Guangming Academy, licked his lips, killing intent lingering around his body. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2430. This is already an endless battle. The majesty of the Rage God. Fang Fan snorted secretly, his whole body was majestic. At the same time, Zhou Qiuyu, a sky-level student of the Guangming Academy, suddenly felt a powerful aura locking onto his surroundings. That kind of power, shocking, made him not even have the desire to resist, as if this move would kill him. Can completely end itself. That extreme sense of panic gathered in his mind, making his body tremble completely. This feeling is being crazily stimulated. No. Impossible. How can it be so powerful? Could it be that the true God is helping you? Why does the true God love you so much? You are a freshman, why are you so monstrous? No. It's not like that. There must be something wrong. Zhou Qiuyun, a day-level student of Guangming Academy, swallowed a mouthful of saliva, and his teeth were chattering crazily as he spoke. At this moment, because of the sense of panic in my heart, I can't fully display my combat power. And this moment is Fang Fan's chance. Whoosh whoosh. There were bursts of piercing sounds, and the heaven Zhangjian in Fang Fan's hand seemed to have penetrated everything in front of him, and the surrounding sounds stopped abruptly. Zhuoqiu watched Fang Fan's heaven-slashing sword strike, and the panic on his face became more and more intense, but he still seemed extremely stalemate in his heart. To say 1,000 words and 10,000, those are all false. At the moment of death, Zhuoqiu let out a violent cry, subconsciously wanting to resist. At this moment, his steps appeared to be very messy, and his expression gradually became ferocious, as if all this would come to an end. Clang! When the sword collided, Fang Fan continued to charge forward, but the saber in the hand of the sky-level student Zhou Qiuyu of Guangming Academy was trembling crazily. Obviously, his fighting spirit was disturbed. Fang Fan's sword continued to stab forward. The terrified Zhou Qiuyun subconsciously raised his arm. Stab. Click. The sound of bone breaking sounded, and this Zhuoqiu's right hand was directly cut off by Fang Fan. Sudden severe injury, this Zhuoqiu became more and more frightened, and could only back away again and again at this moment. Fang Fan's sword continued to stab forward. Just looking at it, he could stab his eyebrows with the sword, and end him completely. The breath of the audience was completely condensed, such a vast scene was simply frightening, and there was an inexplicable feeling of trembling. This feeling was very real, but inexplicably felt a little illusory. Stop. Bastard. Stop. Don't hurt my Ayun. Whoosh whoosh. A middle-aged woman's figure suddenly flew over from the auditorium, landed on the fighting platform in an instant, and then abruptly caught Fang Fan's attack. Boom. Fang Fan inexplicably felt a rush of qi and blood, and then his body backed up. Puff. Fang Fan spat out a mouthful of blood, and his face became flushed for a while. People suddenly rushed into the fighting arena, and the audience was completely shocked. This is a flagrant violation of the rules of the arena. It's mentor Zhou Kui. It's Zhou Kui, the second-level tutor of the Priest Academy. This is still a mentor, just breaking the rules like this. Damn, shameless. I vomited. That's it? This. What the hell is going on? Openly disrupting other people's competitions, can this also be a teacher? I'm going, get off. We're having an exciting time watching.